they're not going to get rid of Al Franken, not going to get rid of Weinstein, not going to get rid of all these other folks, or Bill Clinton, then I think, say, I guess, make Roy Moore president. He's not as bad as Bill Clinton. I don't think he's a bad man politically. I think he's got a good stance as what he did, in government and as a judge. I'm just there. I don't support the Democrats acting like this. I don't support the Republicans acting like this. And it just shows a crazy culture and a crazy society. And maybe I'm just prejudiced. Just when I was 16, I was looking at 30-year-old women. They're just drooling. I mean, I just always, when I was 12, I wanted the 16-year-old. When I was 16, I wanted the 25-year-old. And it's just the bigger, better, full-engined, high horsepower women. You know what I mean? That's what I want, is the real McCoy. And so I just don't get men that want a girl that's like a kid. I just don't get it. I just could not imagine being 44 years old and dating an 18-year-old woman or a 17-year-old woman. It sounds like a nightmare, quite frankly. My wife, like smart business women and stuff that are super savvy. Like there's something about the looks and the intellect and the experience. That's sexy, man. Dating some 17-year-old girl, that sounds like a nightmare. A nightmare. But see, I'm mature. I want a challenge. I don't need Arrested Development where I feel like I'm over somebody. See, that's the difference, ladies and gentlemen. And that's this corruption of the youth. And I'm tired of it and I'm sick of it. I'm going to stop right there. There's no way for me to plug this new product properly, so I'm not even going to do it this hour. I'm so excited about it. It's going to be a game changer for everybody, but it's also going to help fund the next level of the info war. You think we've devastated the globalists so far, just wait. Now, we had 10 different things up for sale the last week and free shipping. All of those, super male vitality, you name it, they got down to such low levels that they're essentially sold out, so they're back to regular price. The free shipping will end Sunday because we have to. The free shipping will end Sunday. We ended the 50% off on the apparel because we sold out of almost all the shirts. Thank you for taking action. It was a great deal. A lot of InfoWars and Mola and Lave shirts out there. We have the limited edition anti-fascist, anti-communist shirt. The Triggers Antifa, that's only for sale for another 2 weeks. We have this new shirt of the month. That's available at InfoWarsStore.com. But we now have 2 new probiotics that are super ultra high quality and totally healthily produced, but are lower cost. We did a lot of work to lower the cost. And we have a new digestive enzyme that helps you to digest all your food better, for better digestion, better health, and better, you name it, better macro and micro nutrition absorption. The new product is Carnivore. Massive, massive research. Free shipping is extended till Sunday, and it's 33% off out of the gates. The 2 new probiotics at InfoWars Store, FloraLife, Carnivore, and FloraLife Everyday Maintenance, InfoWars Store.
Men, give your body the support it needs with InfoWars Life Prostagard. It's time to start assisting the body in regulating proper prostate balance. InfoWars Life has set out to bring you formulations that are not only the highest quality out there, but formulas that you can use on a daily basis to give your body the natural herbs and extracts that our experts recommend. The Prostagard formula does just that, with its mixture of plant-based nutrients and antioxidants that help give your body total support. It's a hand-selected blend of saw palmetto, lycopene, plant sterols, zinc, vitamin D3, selenium, and copper. Prostagard is for basic.
This is power. It's deciding your whole genetic line before you and this person's genetic line. Do we want to engage in an activity that's meant to create new people? Oh, no, that's bad. That's dirty. But splicing humans with animals in laboratories, they don't have any rights. Let's have no discussion about that. Let's have all the fake left virtue signal all day about how men and women together are horrible and it's all rape and we got to regulate it and control it. Then the right wing's on the other end, saying, if you ever had sex out of wedlock, you're going to hell and it's dirty and you're going to be, which then just drives everybody into the hands of the system. It's just, have all the sex you ever wanted to have. It's perfect. It's wonderful. It's good. Not that dehumanizes you as well. The other thing dehumanizes you. I mean, let me tell you something. Porn. Take porn. I can't even watch it anymore. And I'm not going to sit for the audience and be fake and say I've never seen porn. I literally, you know what I like? I like typing in pinup girls from the 50s. And I'll just sit there for like an hour on my computer looking at women as pinup girls. Or like a waitress. And it's like that. You're worried about this airplane honor women. So we got Judge Roy Moore. We're having to back off most of the story now. Most of the women are Democratic operatives, or they're erasing their Facebooks, or it's not true, or we later learned that he wasn't kicked out of the mall. But then he admits, I used to go around and ask people to date their 16 and 17-year-old daughters. Turns out the 14 and 15 stuff hasn't been documented, and then Moore admits that. I think that's weird. But that's now the big ultimate evil, and he has to resign. Okay, well then, we'll roll some of these videos, countless, literally hours of footage we played before. Back during the campaign, we were showing Bill Clinton the rapist, Hillary supporting pedophiles, making jokes about it, and then Biden videos. There's hours of him grabbing little girls, who's on a
it's kind of
you'll make your photo, humiliate, grabs your breast. You can help will be these ingredients are nutraceutical grade, the highest quality, the BioBQ defense. There's broke stuff.
His seat was stolen for him through Democratic chicanery.
Sure, of course, the guy's a joke, literally, figuratively, he's a failed comedian. But you said more are coming. Okay, so you did predict this. You did have it from your sources, and so thank you for giving us the exclusive.
I really think, Alex, the next big bombshell, in all honesty, is in the Golden State, where the assaults of various women by Senator Tony Montoya, veteran Democrat, union thug, have been covered up by De Leon, the Speaker, the President of the Senate, who's running for the Senate against Feinstein. Meanwhile, Adam Schiff is trying to submarine De Leon, so he's the guy feeding this all to the press, because he wanted to run for Feinstein's seat, only to be rebuffed when she decided to seek another term. So it's fratricide within the Democratic Party.
Sure, their infighting's bringing them down. So a week ago they were saying get rid of Bill.
California is infinite, from what I'm told, just enormous, numerous.
So you're saying bigger than Hollywood? What you told me that on the phone. Bigger than Hollywood is obviously California. The entire situation is going to be gigantic.
That's what my sources tell me, and of course it all boils down again to these are the people who pursue a radical feminist agenda and hold themselves out on these issues. So,
yeah, exactly. Do you notice that these men that are championing feminism tend to be the ones who are also engaging in this disrespectful and assault on women?
Millie Weaver, that's a great question. Millie Weaver, our reporter, riding shotgun with us, Roger Stone. It's way disproportionate. Super leftist, anti-family liberals are admitting raping men, women, underage girls, hundreds in some cases per person. These sound like maniacs. I mean, we just run around like a maniac grabbing everybody?
Well, it's interesting, though, that it's coming to light. I mean, for how long did the mainstream media cover up for Bill Clinton's atrocious behavior? Not only grabbing women, biting through their upper lips, demanding oral sex.
So there's incredible entitlement. So we've only got the tip of the iceberg. How big is the berg under the waves?
It's just impossible to say. But look, I think we have to be somewhat judicious here. This is a question of a woman who's happy to let you know her name, who's got a long record of credibility as a person, and she has photos. Anybody can charge anybody with anything else. Roy Moore, he doesn't have a judgment against him. No court has found him guilty. He is accused. Voters have to look at the accuser and what they say and make their own decision.
And by the way, voters, the poll show aren't buying it. It shows how anti-establishment folks are. I think Moore's admission of courting 17-year-old girls is creepy, but it's nothing compared to Weinstein and others. But what does it say that voters don't care? All the polls show they're doubling down. That shows the establishment literally is just hated.
And, we live in a system where you are innocent until proven guilty. And a lot of times the problem with this movement of all these women coming forward is we're starting to just believe every single one of them, when the reality is that oftentimes men are falsely accused of rape or sexually assault, and then they become vindicated. So we need to make sure that we're looking at, are these women credible? Do they have any type of evidence? We're seeing the evidence here with this situation here with Al Franken. So as far as with Gary Moore or Roy Moore, we don't see that same amount of evidence, and that's why we should be questioning, we should be interrogating.
All right, that sets the table. When we come back, I want to ask a few questions. Why aren't we seeing the same evidence? A, B, clearly Moore thinks what he has done is normal under some Christian construct, so okay. But B, how do the Democrats survive this? But more importantly, C, what do we do if the Democrats are saying Roy Moore stepped down, Republicans are saying it, but then all these other big Democrats and people are involved in far worse? Let's ask Roger Stone that question straight ahead, because there are a lot of other big issues, like the Black Plague getting loose, it's now drug resistant, and all these other big global issues in North Korea and the economy and great things going on. Ivanka Trump scores win, the Senate plan to double child tax credit, and there's a lot of crazy good stuff to cover too. But right now is this big coming out of victims, and I think most of them are actually legitimate. They've been in the shadows until now.
The answer to being in control of your own healthcare is freedom from insurance. Become part of a group of self-pay patients that come together to share in each.
Does this create these
bid for their oral health benefits? Super Blue, fluoride-free mouthwash and toothpaste.
The pedophile, globalism, Hollywood, the Democratic Party. So they have the courage to come out. That's why most of these accusations have turned out to be true, especially against Weinstein and Spacey and all these Democrat producers. But you're going to have the Democrats try to jump on this wave and have their operatives accuse people. And so then how do we forensically look at the claims? Well, if they're Democratic Party operatives, or if they end up not showing the proof to get a big crest going, a big wave going, then you know that wave's fake, or it's got to be suspect. But when it's somebody like Franken saying, okay, I'm sorry, well, that's just him trying to get out of the news. But I'm wondering what the next wave is. You just heard it's going to be California, not just Los Angeles, not just Hollywood, but California, and this elitist establishment that believes it can do anything and everything. But separately, I think Trump played this perfectly. Already had a trip set to Asia, did a great job out of the country, and then didn't endorse Roy Moore up front. We were endorsing Roy Moore because he had better credentials and the Tea Party liked him. But I just wonder how uncannily Trump was right on this again. Roger Stone, what do you think's going on?
Well, Alex, look, I find it stunning that we just learned that Harvey Weinstein uses the same heavy-handed private detective, a nasty guy named Jack Palladino, who Bill Clinton used to threaten Kathleen Willey, or I should say Hillary used, because Palladino was engaged by Hillary. He is most likely the person who made one of her dogs disappear. The other one was strangled and found on her front porch.
And by the way, he's finally gotten in trouble for a bunch of other stuff.
Her windshield broke in. He's the guy who runs up to her, jogs up to her all dressed in black and says, essentially, if you know what's good for you, you'll keep your mouth shut. Now, epically working for Weinstein, doing the same thing, suppressing these women. This is the party of feminists. Ridiculous.
By the way, it even came out in the New York Times. They had to admit that Weinstein was using a team of, quote, former, which never happens, Mossad operatives, who are part of the leftist group in Israel that's trying to put Netanyahu in prison. I mean, it's just a fact. People think Israel's one monolithic deal. No, it's the leftists and the conservatives as usual. There's different splits. What do you make of Weinstein using Mossad operatives against women?
Well, this guy had such a trail behind him that he had to silence these various starlets and other, attractive women that he had come onto. And he became so wealthy and so powerful, they begin to believe that they can suppress all of it. Look, there's a real distinction here between consensual sex and assault. I never thought, for example, that Bill Clinton should have been impeached for whatever consensually went on with Monica Lewinsky. It might have been distasteful, but that's not against her consent. It's not rape. It's not violence against women, which we know Bill was also quite capable of. So I do think you have to draw that distinction. But you have, as I point out, InfoWars broke this story. The reason I reached out to the night editor, Rob Duell, was to memorialize it. Again, tomorrow's news, InfoWars. We have our ear to the ground very much.
Day and a half ago, I get, you text message me, call me. Hey, this is coming. I'm told him, okay, what do we do? Well, let's just see. But 9 times out of 10, we wait and we don't officially break stuff. I think we should just start, when you get something, we should just break it and say according to sources. But I'm glad you ended up memorializing it last night, because I didn't even know you memorialized it and broken it. I just said, oh yeah, Stone told me a day and a half ago. So I'm glad you did that. Good instincts.
I think if you look on my Twitter feed, it actually says InfoWars exclusive. Franklin's time in the barrel.
And you've been banned on your regular Roger Stone. You now have Stone Cold Truth. They haven't banned that yet. We now have shocking.
Well, this is very interesting, Alex. Stone Cold Truth is not controlled by me. They are people who are Roger Stone and InfoWars fans. They put up what they choose. They sell my books and so on. Somebody had a parody site clearly marked as Roger Stone GOP. They operated it for 2 years. They rarely tweeted. They have violated no guidelines. I have no idea who controls this until the fellow who owns it told me he was banned recently. So look, they're spoiling for a fight. I will be flying to San Francisco in the near future to file a devastating lawsuit against Twitter. I had a terrific conversation with Milo yesterday. He is going to be aiding the suit, probably as either a plaintiff or through an amicus brief. There are numerous others, Mark Dice, Joe Biggs. These guys have legitimate grudges just like mine. Perhaps they aren't banned for life, as I am. But look, they're wrong on constitutional grounds. There's First Amendment issues. There are service contract issues.
The point is they're massively discriminating us. And again, Al Franken on Monday testified he wants, quote, conservative sites implicated as Russian with no proof, that's huge, Roger, myself, to be banned completely from social media, period, an internet ban. He called for that on Monday.
Yeah, it's fascism. That's fascism is what that is. And this is red baiting. It's this.
And it's been proven to be a fraud, and they're the ones that have been caught doing it. Let me ask Millie Weaver this question. What is this firestorm of sexual abuse and domination by the Democrats is only getting bigger? I mean, you heard Roger, he said California's about to be engulfed. What's next?
Well, first I want to point out the irony here that Al Franken was calling for conservative talk speakers to be considered guilty before anything else without any evidence. Well, I wonder if he's going to ask for a proper form of justice in this ordeal with Mrs. Leanne Tweakin. But here's the thing here. I do think that we are going to see more. We're going to continue to see more women coming out and more child stars, even men coming out having been sexually assaulted. But I think that we also will see more on the political sphere, because I think that we're going to see more attacks on both the Republicans and the Democrats. I feel like it would be hard to get people to buy into just only putting out false sexual assault allegations on Republicans and on Trump. So you throw in real cases like Harvey Weinstein, this case with Al Franken, and other cases so that you can then get people to throw out the entire group. So
exactly. And I predicted months ago they were going to build this wave. They were going to burn Weinstein. They covered it up for years. They decided we got to burn the Democrat brand, create a new one, get rid of the Clintons, and then try to use that as legitimacy to go after Trump next. By the way, they're now reporting Daily Mail that a 16-year-old says that Sylvester Stallone raped her and then forced her to perform oral sex on he and his bodyguard, and they beat her in the head if she ever told a bombshell police report. I mean, this is just unraveling quicker and quicker.
It's going to get worse and worse and worse. Hollywood is full of filth and scum. These type of things go on there all the time. And, absolute power corrupts absolutely. When people get amounts of power in their hand, people that can't handle responsibility, they abuse it. And we're going to see that with powerful people, politicians.
Exactly.
The Washington swamp, it's going to be there.
Millie Weaver, great job. Roger Stone, thank you for joining us. Please join us again with other big breaking news. I mean, I should ask, you got any other giant bombshells that we should hold you over for, or should we just have you back tomorrow?
Stay tuned.
All right. I mean, Roger did break it. And I just wish, I was just like Al Franken. I'm like, I don't want to get sued. Let's just wait on this. But then I guess he went ahead and released it last night so we get the scoop. So good job, Roger. Oh, yeah, we got so many big stories that I just like, I don't mind the fight, but it's just like, good Lord, do we have to break everything? I mean, it's dangerous. All right, we'll be back. Dr. Group, you developed Living Defense for us. It took you over a year to do it. Why is this so good?
Because you have the name that you'll work
amazing. Into the church. That's why I know these people that have power who think they're invincible and get on power trips. Because let me tell you something. You got real power, you start walking on the edge of a cliff, and the more power you get, the further out on the cliff you are. And you're like, man, and pretty soon it's a tightrope. And you're like, this is dangerous. Then you say, should I be doing this? You go, yeah, it's for my children. I committed to do this. We're changing the world. Then I see all these other fools who don't even have that much power, who are delusional. And they get crazier and crazier and crazier the more power they get. And it's the old megalomania thing, and it scares you. They scare you. Then you go, we got to get control to protect ourselves from them. But we don't want some authoritarian system, because even if we're good, we'll die, we'll get killed, we'll get corrupt. Then there's these levers that are centralized. We got to create decentralized levers that really empower the people. I'm getting chills right now. So that we have a future. And that's what the founders built. And that's why we've been so successful, because it ties down power. It's got checks and balances. And yeah, a lot of it is a police state. And you grow up and you understand that police state and raw power is bad. Then you realize, oh wait, this lesser system of control is tying down the big monster. And you go, oh, why didn't I see it? Well, because you didn't know it all when you were 30 years old, bro. You still don't know it all. That's why statesmen and people all over the world marvel at our system, its simplicity and its complexity and how well it works when you follow it. Problem is, we haven't been following it for a while. It's like putting diesel fuel in a gasoline car, man. It ain't going to go well. So, coming up, we've got the media defending the Clintons and claiming there's no sexual impropriety with the Clintons. There's no corruption with the uranium one. It's all made up. It's all evil. It ain't got a neutral talking point. It's dictatorship. If you talk bad about the Clintons, you want Trump to have a dictatorship. You're the ones trying to overthrow Trump. But see, they're telling you what they really want and what they claim we're doing. So that's coming up. We have ended the sales on 14 different items because they sold out or almost sold out. Super Male Vitality, so many other products. But we're extending free shipping throughout this weekend. And then it's going to end. And I rarely do free shipping, and I appreciate your support. But we have 2 new probiotics and a new powerful digestive enzyme that are the highest quality, best produced from the top labs in the country, probiotics. We are so excited to announce these new babies. We've got Floralife, Advanced Restoration, 50 billion live probiotic, 20 clinical studies, promotes healthy GI tract, supports the immune system, and so much more. A nice glass bottle, 50 billion. This, again, other leading brands are $100, $200 for what you get with this, and on the sale right now, it is massively discounted. And then we've got, for on the go, everyday maintenance, 15 billion live probiotics. Amazing. Go read about them at InfoWarsStore.com, InfoWarsLife.com. But then, the thing I am so ultra excited about, because I like a high-protein diet and I love meat. Everybody knows, even if you chew well, it has problems in the lower GI tract, the colon, the upper and lower intestines. And if you get the right enzymes, as you get older, you have less and less natural digestive enzymes. That's why you get more and more heartburn and stomach aches. And as you get older, you can't eat rich foods you could eat before, is because you don't produce the same amount of enzymes. This is next level beyond probiotic. I've been taking this for 2 months as it was getting prepared, as getting ready, and man, I'm telling you, it is incredible. Normally, you eat a big steak for a day or two, you're tired. Doesn't happen anymore with this, and never have any issues. You know, it's where it's neat off is huge. Go to waste, you begin rotting, and you buy t-shirts or water filtration systems or books or videos.com or AAA.
New formulation today.
Gosh, anything. 500%.
We will write all along. The press lies to the public about my beliefs. They try to make me out to be a national hate figure. They want you to think everywhere I go, I'm hated, I'm attacked. It's not even close to the truth. It's a total lie. Behind closed doors, people from all backgrounds and classes are waking up to the truth. We're all in grave danger. We've all been sold out by a legal establishment that's funded by people who are working towards our destruction. Islamists, globalists, and foreign. The establishment hates us. Our children are being abused and indoctrinated. Popular culture brainwashed us. We're being sold out by politicians. Rich and poor, black and white, young and old. We're all fair game. We must unite to protect the civilization we love before it's too late. In less than a year, I've worked with Rebel to bring the other side of the story. We've highlighted the failure of our social services and our government. Hate preachers are inciting murder against people inside this building. I've confronted the grooming gangs, the biased journalists, and the leftist authoritarians. And I've barely even started. I want to bring you a show that really rivals the liberal elitist media. To cover the stories you care about. Important the events you can't make it to. And bring truth to the screens. I call it the Tommy Robinson Show. With your help, we'll make the mainstream media real.
That's right, folks. Coming up next.
Take control of your chemistry with Survival Shield X2 and BioTrue Selenium. This powerful combo is perfect for supporting your thyroid and health. BioTrain fog and
trying to sell it live, correct broadcast to everybody. We're in this together. This is a war. We're not financed by Soros or the Saudi kings or the globalists. We're financed by you. Them at lunch. You're
news from multiple accounts using the same picture as me, exactly the same details as